We have two men facing drug charges in Baudette. This in from our news partner, the Northern Light Region newspaper. Joseph Husbands, 37, of Baudette, is facing a felony drug possession charge following the execution of a search warrant on January 13th. According to the statement of probable cause, Lake of the Woods County investigator Craig Severs, with assistance from the U.S. Border Patrol and Pine to Prairie Drug Task Force, executed a search warrant in the early morning hours of January 13th. As Husbands was pulling into the driveway of a residence in Baudette after allegedly purchasing narcotics in Minneapolis. When Husbands exited his vehicle, investigator Severs observed a red plastic straw behind his ear, which contained a burnt brown residue that was later identified as heroin. Severs also located an unlabeled pill container on Husbands' person, which Husbands claimed contained heroin and fentanyl and was later confirmed to contain heroin. In addition, Husbands allegedly admitted he had smoked heroin and fentanyl as recently as 8 p.m. the night before, and that there was also a needle in his bag in the car. He told officers he had spent around $450 on the drugs he had purchased in the cities. Following Husbands' failure to pass a field sobriety testing, a warrant for his blood or urine was obtained. According to the complaint, investigator Severs later learned that Husbands had been purchasing AR-15 rifles and handguns and trading them for controlled substances, with firearms ultimately going to Chicago or Detroit. In addition, Severs learned that Husbands had also been manufacturing ghost guns that aren't registered. The heroin recovered from Husbands weighed approximately 1.2 grams. 1.12 grams. Along with the heroin, officers also recovered from the vehicle 0.76 grams of cocaine, 11 grams of an unknown white powder. Husbands had been charged with one count of third-degree controlled substance crime possession, a felony that carries a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison and or a $250,000 fine, and one count of fourth-degree DWI, controlled substance, a misdemeanor, with a maximum penalty of 90 days imprisonment and or a $1,000 fine. Husbands will make his initial court appearance in Lake of the Woods County Court on February 3rd. And on January 11th, Lake of the Woods County investigator Craig Severs was granted a search warrant for the person and residence of Gregory Paul Teague, 63, of Baudette. According to the criminal complaint, the warrant was executed in the early morning hours of January 13th by the Lake of the Woods County Sheriff's Office with the assistance of the United States Border Patrol as Teague pulled in his driveway following a trip to Minneapolis where he had allegedly purchased narcotics. During the execution of the search, officers located crack cocaine, powdered cocaine, which Teague admitted belonged to him. The complaint states that Teague further admitted that he would test positive for cocaine use if tested. Teague, who is currently on probation for felony fifth-degree possession out of Crow Wing County and second-degree DWI out of Cass County, was charged with third-degree possession of a controlled substance, a felony which carries a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison and or a $250,000 fine. In addition, Teague is on conditions of release out of Hennepin County for felony fleeing in a motor vehicle for an incident that occurred November 2020. He is currently confined in the Roseau County Jail due to a space shortage in the Lake of the Woods County Jail and is scheduled to appear in court for an omnibus hearing on February 3rd. I'm Neil Carlson reporting for PageOnePublications.com.